Have you ever wondered how the moon came to be in our night sky? It's a question that has sparked countless stories and theories, but the most widely accepted explanation is a bit of celestial drama called the giant impact hypothesis. Imagine, if you will, a time around 4.5 billion years ago. The early Earth, a young and fiery planet, was not alone in its orbit. Accompanying it was a Mars-sized body named Theia, named after the Titaness mother of the moon goddess Selene in Greek mythology. The stage was set for a cosmic dance that would forever change the face of our planet and its celestial companion. Theia, in its orbit, strayed too close to Earth, and in a moment of astronomical drama, the two bodies collided. This wasn't a gentle nudge or a simple bump. It was a catastrophic impact, a violent clash of celestial bodies that sent debris flying into orbit around the Earth. The force was so great that Theia was completely destroyed, becoming part of the debris itself. Now, you might think that such a violent event would result in chaos and destruction, and you'd be right. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, something beautiful was born out of this cosmic cataclysm. The debris from the collision didn't just float aimlessly in space. Instead, it coalesced, drawn together by gravitational forces, forming a new body that began to orbit the Earth. This new body was our moon, a testament to the power and mystery of the universe. Over the course of millions of years, the moon cooled and solidified, becoming the familiar face we see in our night sky. It bears the scars of its violent birth, a silent witness to the Earth's tumultuous past. So the moon we know and love today was born out of a violent celestial collision, a tale of destruction and creation, of chaos and order, all played out on a cosmic stage. The moon's origin story is a testament to the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our universe, reminding us that even in the most violent clashes, beauty can be born. But how does the moon change shape throughout the month? Well, it's all about perspective. The moon doesn't actually change shape, but the amount of sunlight it reflects to us changes as it orbits the Earth. This leads to the lunar phases we observe. When the moon is between the Earth and the sun, we see the new moon, the shadowed side. As the moon moves along its orbit, more of its sunlit side becomes visible. This is the waxing phase, and the moon appears to grow from a slim crescent into a half, then into a gibbous, more than half but not fully illuminated. After reaching full illumination or full moon, the process reverses. The moon enters its waning phase, shrinking from a gibbous to a half, then back into a crescent before becoming a new moon again. So, there you have it. The moon doesn't change shape, but its position relative to the sun gives us the beautiful lunar phases. Ever notice the moon's face, the dark spots and craters? These features tell a tale as old as the solar system itself. Imagine a canvas being painted over billions of years, with each stroke being an asteroid or meteorite collision. That's the moon's surface for you. The moon is covered in thousands of these impact craters. Each one is a snapshot of a violent collision that happened ages ago. They range in size from tiny pits to colossal basins, hundreds of kilometers in diameter. Now, you may be wondering, why doesn't our Earth have as many craters? Well, that's because we have a bustling atmosphere and active geology. Our atmosphere acts like a shield, burning up most of the space debris before it can reach the surface. And even if a meteorite does make it through and creates a crater, Earth's weather and geological activities like wind, rain, and plate tectonics help erase these marks over time. However, the moon lacks both an atmosphere and active geology. As a result, its craters remain largely unchanged, frozen in time. This makes the moon a perfect record keeper. Its craters are like the pages of a history book, each one holding clues about the early solar system and the bombardment it endured. So next time you look at the moon, remember, those craters are like a history book of our solar system. The moon has always fascinated humans, but when did we first reach its surface? The history of lunar exploration is a tale of ambition, competition, and triumph. It's a story that takes us back to the middle of the 20th century, amidst the throes of the Cold War. The Soviet Union was the first to cast its gaze upward, launching the Luna program in the 1950s. This ambitious endeavor was the first of its kind, marking a momentous shift in human aspiration. The Luna 2 mission, in 1959, was a particular triumph, becoming the first human-made object to touch the moon. But the United States wasn't far behind. The Apollo program, perhaps the most famous of all lunar missions, was the answer to the Luna program. It was a grand project, fueled by a fervor for exploration and a desire to claim victory in the space race. The Apollo 11 mission in 1969 is etched in the annals of history. The names Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin are synonymous with this mission, the first to land humans on the moon. Armstrong's iconic statement, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," reverberated around the world, marking a monumental moment in human history. These early missions laid the groundwork for subsequent lunar exploration. They provided invaluable data about the moon's surface, its composition, and its environment. They also paved the way for international cooperation in space, culminating in projects like the International Space Station. However, the moon remains an object of intrigue and exploration. With new missions planned by various nations and private companies, our celestial neighbor continues to ignite our curiosity and our desire to explore. As we uncover more about the moon, we delve deeper into our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. The exploration of the moon was a massive leap for mankind, opening the doors to the wider universe. Did you know the moon has a hidden side? Indeed, Earth's celestial companion has a far side that remains perpetually out of our sight. This phenomenon is due to the moon being tidally locked with the Earth, which means the same side of the moon always faces us. But don't let that fool you into thinking it's a mirror image of the side we see. The far side of the moon is a vastly different landscape, pockmarked with countless more craters and lacking the familiar lunar seas or Maria that make up the man in the moon on the near side. Our knowledge of this alien terrain comes from lunar missions and satellites, such as NASA's Apollo missions and the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which have captured images and data revealing its unique features. From the dark lunar highlands to the South Pole Aitken Basin, the largest known impact crater in the solar system, the far side of the moon remains one of the most mysterious places in our solar system. Now, let's delve into some lesser-known but equally fascinating facts about our moon. First off, did you know that the moon is gradually moving away from us? That's right. Each year, the moon drifts approximately 1.5 inches further from the Earth. This is due to the gravitational interaction between the Earth and the moon, causing a phenomenon known as tidal friction. So over the course of 1 billion years, the moon has moved about 150,000 miles from our planet. Talk about a slow goodbye. Secondly, the moon has a powerful effect on Earth's tides. The gravitational pull of the moon causes the oceans to bulge out in the direction of the moon. This creates a rise and fall of the sea level known as tides. Without the moon, our tides would be much smaller, a mere third of the size they are now. Our third fact is a surprising one. The moon is actually shrinking. NASA scientists have discovered that the moon is about 150 feet skinnier than it was a few 100 million years ago. This is due to its interior cooling and contracting, which also causes the surface to wrinkle, much like a grape turning into a raisin. And that's not all. This shrinking causes moonquakes too. That brings us to our fourth fact. Moonquakes, much like Earth's earthquakes, occur on the moon. There are 4 different types of moonquakes: deep quakes, vibrations from meteorite impacts, thermal quakes, and shallow quakes. The shallow ones are the most interesting as they can last over 10 minutes and are significantly stronger than the others. These quakes provide proof that the moon, though seemingly inactive, is tectonically alive. For our fifth fact, let's talk about water. Contrary to earlier beliefs, we now know that there is water on the moon. In 2009, NASA's Lunar Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite, LCROSS, discovered water ice in permanently shadowed craters at the moon's poles. This discovery has significant implications for future lunar exploration and possible habitation. Moving on to the sixth fact, it appears that the moon affects our sleep. Several studies have shown a correlation between the moon's phases and human sleep patterns. During the full moon, people tend to fall asleep later and sleep less deeply. While the reasons for this are still unclear, it's an intriguing connection between our natural satellite and our daily lives. For the seventh fact, let's look at future plans. There are ambitious plans to build lunar bases in the coming years. Both NASA and private companies like SpaceX have expressed interest in establishing a human presence on the moon. This would serve as a stepping stone for further space exploration and possibly even colonization of other planets. Eighth on the list, despite its appearance, the moon does not glow. The bright light we see is actually sunlight reflecting off the moon's surface. This makes the moon the second brightest object in our sky, with only the sun outshining it. Ninth, the moon has no atmosphere. This means there is no wind or weather as we know it, Because of this, the footprints left by astronauts during the Apollo missions are still there, untouched, after all these years. It's a bit like a cosmic time capsule, isn't it? Finally, our 10th fact. The moon is the 5th largest moon in our solar system. It's bigger than Pluto and about a quarter of the size of Earth. Its size and close proximity to Earth make it a unique object in the solar system and the only celestial body beyond Earth where humans have set foot. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, is far more than just a beautiful object in the night sky. It's a world full of mysteries, history, and potential for the future. Next time you gaze up at the moonlit sky, remember these amazing facts about our moon. Until next time, keep exploring the universe. As we venture across the cosmos, we've traversed the mysteries and wonders of the moon. Our journey doesn't conclude here, and we'd love to have you accompany us as we continue our stellar exploration. If you garnered new knowledge from this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It not only supports us, but also signals your appreciation for the content. Do you have any thoughts, questions, or lunar trivia to share? We invite you to post them in the comments section below. Your in these enlightening discussions is always valued. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more intriguing insights our universe. Your subscription propels us further in our journey of discovery. And lastly, if you believe this video could ignite curiosity in others, feel free to share it with your friends and family. Let's encourage more individuals to gaze at the stars and ponder the universe we inhabit. Until we meet again, your spirit of exploration, keep wondering and continue sharing the wonders of our universe.